It is Overreaction Sunday. Before we dive into all the things everyone's talking about regarding yesterday's big-time domination over Penn State, I want to ask you guys, if you haven't yet, if you like Michigan football, if you even kind of like us, go ahead and subscribe to the show. We are this close to 22,000 subscribers, and we need your help to get there. So if you haven't subscribed, now is the time. Michigan 7-0. Hell, they may be the best team in all of college football. And if you have subscribed and you were out with a buddy last night, celebrating that Michigan football win over Penn State, send them the link, youtube.com/MichiganTV. Send it in your group chat. Tell them to subscribe. We're this close to 22,000 subscribers. It is, again, Overreaction Sunday here on the Michigan Football Report from Chat Sports. All coming up right now. We are presented by Rhone, R-H-O-N-E. I have got some Rhone clothing on this shirt. I'm looking my Sunday best, recording from the home studio, and that is thanks to Rhone. Go to rhone.com/chat. Use that promo code chat to get 20% off your order. We got some things to tell you about them later on in the show. You won't want to miss out on that. All right, now is time to start off today's show like we've done the last few Sundays with James Yoder's Game Balls against Penn State. My game balls are going to these three men, and they are the three, really the story of the day for this Michigan football team. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, the best two-headed running back attack in all of college football, 166 yards and 2 touchdowns for at least my Heisman favorite, Blake Corum, and then Donovan Edwards had more yards than him, 173. Michigan was down in the third quarter. These two guys broke off 60-yard touchdown runs on back-to-back plays, right, for the offense for Michigan to give them the lead and really put the game away. Also, game ball two, Jim Harbaugh, right, head coach with the game ball. First time in Michigan as a program has started 7-0 since 1973 and 74 in back-to-back seasons. They did it last year. They have done it again this year. So those are my three game balls: Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, and Jim Harbaugh. All right, I looked at them. Really appreciate all the comments we got on social media, on yesterday's YouTube video, on our Facebook page, my Twitter account, for your overreaction. So we're going to sprinkle some more of those in today, but I actually might do a 2-day overreaction, do more social comments, more just talk about where this Michigan football team is going into a bye week on Monday as well. But we're going to kind of focus on the biggest ones. But I want to know from you guys, if you didn't get a chance to comment yesterday, what is your biggest overreaction from yesterday's game? I'll tell you what mine is. I put it out last night, and I think this is my biggest overreaction. Cancel the college football playoff. The national championship games being played November 26th in Columbus, Ohio, between Michigan and Ohio State. That is my overreaction. You know, it's an overreaction. We call it an overreaction for a reason. A lot of football left to be played, but that is mine. Let me know yours down in the comments. My number one thing to talk about today that I've seen from a bunch of you guys is this is a playoff team. And in particular, I saw a lot of people who I do agree with this that say, look, Michigan should be in consideration that even if they were to go into Columbus and lose, considering and hoping they go 11-0 prior to that, that they should be able to lose that game and still make the college football playoff. That's how dominant they have been so far. Take a look at what they did against Penn State yesterday. 563 yards rushing, or 63 yards total, 418 of them rushing. The defense only gave up 157 passing. All those maybe really junk yards, and Michigan was up 2+ scores. Rushing, 60 of those plus came on one Sean Clifford kind of fluke run in the second quarter. 41 minutes and 56 seconds time of possession for Michigan. That is absolute insanity. Michigan were 11 of 17 despite some mediocre play calling on third down. A couple reactions from you guys. My guy TJ Legacy says, say something new, Michigan haters. You've got a top 25, sampling up the top 25. Michigan's the most complete team when it comes to coaching, offense, defense, special teams. College football was just put on notice. Also, my guy, Michael Davis, M_O_Davis, says the best play of the game, this is actually a pretty funny one. That big hit by Will Johnson late in the game is, didn't get a taunting penalty because he hit Clifford pretty dang hard and got up and didn't, get in his face or get a penalty from Michigan on that one. Big time hit by Will Johnson. So I want to ask you guys this question before we dive more into it. Will Michigan make the college football playoff? I want to know from you guys. Let me know down in the comments by simply typing Y or N. Let me know Y or N. Will Michigan make the college football playoff? My number two overreaction is this red zone play calling. Despite the domination, the red zone play calling has been mediocre. I'm going to tell you about More about that here in a moment. But I did want to tell you a little bit about the pains as a guy of getting dressed. I have dealt with this for years. Wrinkly shirts, shirts that don't fit, and the hassle of leaving the office or leaving church, leaving to do something with the family, want to go play golf with the friends, want to go have a drink or something like that. Rhone takes care of all that for you. Their flexible commuter shirt, which I'm wearing, it's so flexible. I can literally stretch this bad boy out. It's wrinkle-free. It is amazing. It is time to feel confident with a wrinkle-free shirt without the hassle. Rhone's wrinkle-free technology makes wrinkles disappear and makes you stretch the shirt. The wrinkles disappear with it. It is an awesome shirt. I've also got the Rhone pants as well that you saw in that last graphic. This is my favorite dress shirt. I'm looking great on it here on an Overreaction Sunday. Really recommend you. If you wear dress shirts to work, if you've got church, if you've got a wedding coming up, go to Rhone.com/chat. Rhone.com/chat. I've been wearing this one all day. Did some stuff with the family this morning. Now out on the streets, kind of just relaxing here on a Sunday. I still have the same shirt on. It's because how flexible this shirt is. Commuter shirt can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to Rhone.com/chat. Use promo code chat for 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order. RHONE.com/chat. It's right down there at the bottom of the screen and in the comments and in the description of today's video. It's time to find your corner office comfort. Get going and get some dress clothes with Rhone. All right, talking again about the red zone play calling. Michigan was in the red zone 4 times yesterday where they had to settle for field goals. This should have been a 55 or 60 point scoring output by this team. It's clear to me that they don't trust J.J. McCarthy throwing the ball in the red zone. When I watch Ohio State, when I watch other teams, Georgia or Tennessee and Alabama, these teams that seem to have gaudy quarterback numbers, they trust their quarterback to throw the ball in the red zone. Michigan has not shown that so far this year. Where are the fade routes to the end zone? Where are any jump balls in the corner to a Ronnie Bell or to Andrell Anthony? Where's any creativity? The only creative play call I really saw yesterday, well, there's 2. I'm sorry. They both actually to running backs. One, they tried to go wide to Donovan Edwards. J.J. McCarthy, made a bad play, and that might have been a touchdown if he would have on 3rd down. And then on another 3rd down, they tried to run a shovel pass to Blake Corum, and it was completely blown up. So even the creative plays didn't really work out yesterday. Despite blowing out Penn State 41-17, this red zone play calling from these offensive coordinators need to get better. You need to give the opportunity for J.J. McCarthy to just drop back for the 10, 12-yard line, fire that ball in the end zone because you're not going to beat Ohio State unless you can do that. All right, folks, one thing to consider is the defense. Is the defense actually better than last year? It sounds like a preposterous thing to say, but I don't know. I mean, let's just take a quick look at the tackling leaders from yesterday's game. All right, Rod Moore, Junior Colson, DJ Turner, Mike Morris, Chris Jenkins. Mazi Smith also had 4 tackles as well. But the Michigan defensive line was all over the place. They held Penn State 4 of 12 on 3rd down and only 12 of 29 passing on the day, 111 yards rushing on 22 attempts. With no turnovers, holding this Penn State team to only 17 points was tremendous. And also, given the fact that Michigan gave up a pick 6, J.J. McCarthy, it was really only 10 points, and 7 of those points came off that Sean Clifford kind of a fluke play where a guy like Clifford runs 60-plus yards on the day. So it's an overreaction. People were saying this defensive line, the relentlessness of the line, getting after the quarterback, is reminding them, although there aren't 2 players that are better than Ojabo and Hutchinson, collectively, they might be a better group than last year's defensive line. We'll find out over the next 5 weeks. But let me know what you guys think. Who is the best player so far on this Michigan football defense? I don't know the answer. I don't really know, actually. There's plenty of guys. Mike Morris, right, having a great year. How about Jamon Green's having a pretty good year? Rod Moore, he's fine. Mike Sainristil, Mazi Smith. We said Mike Morris. There are so many players in this defense having great years. Let me know who you think the defensive MVP of this 2022 Michigan football team is so far. Look, they could have won by 50. I mentioned it a couple minutes ago, 4 times the red zone they had to settle for field goals. I think they could have scored on at least 2 or 3 of them, touchdowns at least, with better play calling, and it's not what happened. Michigan's play calling seems to be excellent between the 20s. Inside the 20, it struggles. Take a look at a few comments. Book Bar Brother says, dominant. That was his instant reaction. Took a few plays to prevent it from being 55-10 or worse, right? I really think if you kind of equate what the teams really did, what points they deserved, I think Penn State really only deserved 3 points yesterday, and Michigan probably should have scored 56 points or more. So that's the comment from Book Bar Sports. He was also on Twitter. Want to include this one from him. He says, the game was not even as close as the final score. Penn State was overwhelmed. Absolutely agree with that. Went to halftime, and you're up by a couple points, thinking 16-14. Wow, this should be like 35-3 at halftime. It wasn't, but again, Michigan goes into halftime. They make adjustments, and they come out week after week after week and absolutely dominate in the second half. And this was just one of the better performances we've seen out of this team. And it reminds me a lot of the 2016, 2018 beatdowns of Penn State as well. You can call me a homer. You can call me a Michigan apologist, whatever you want. Blake Corum is my Heisman Trophy pick. I think Michigan's going to go in. They're going to beat Ohio State and Columbus. And right now, C.J. Stroud is the consensus Heisman Trophy favorite with Ohio State being off this week. Nothing's going to change right there. But I think Blake Corum is going to continue to put up big numbers. He put up 146. He's got 146 carries, 900 yards right now. He's on pace for 1,700 yards or so this season, 13 touchdowns. I think with the bowl game, Big Ten championship game, he might get up to 22, 23 touchdowns, break a Michigan football single-season record. Average 6 yards a carry. We showed this to you yesterday. Look at where he's comparing after 7 games. Ingram and Derrick Henry, in their 7th game, they both popped off like 232 and 245 on the ground. But Blake Corum still has more yards than Derrick Henry's Heisman season in 15. Only 4 yards short of Mark Ingram's, but he's got 5 more touchdowns than Ingram. He's got more touchdowns than Derrick Henry by 1. So you can't argue that, looking back over history, he doesn't deserve to be in the conversation. Don't make that argument to me because where Michigan's at, a top 5 team, just got a top 10 road win. Blake Corum's putting up 150 every game, 2 touchdowns pretty much every game. He deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. I think he's right up there. He's my Heisman favorite right now. General consensus is it's still C.J. Stroud. We will see how things shake out over the next 5 or 6 weeks. The Wolverines are on bye coming up on Saturday, so you've got 12 or so days till the Michigan State game, or 13 days, I guess it is. We expect an announcement tomorrow that it will be a night game, so keep an eye out for that one. Predict the score, though, for me. Michigan State, Saturday, October 29th. It will be a Halloween extravaganza. Jim Harbaugh, 0-2 versus Mel Tucker. Crazy how that's happened. Will Michigan get some big-time revenge? We will see. Predict the score down in the comments. I'm going to go 45-14 Michigan. I want to know what from you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. We'll be back on Monday. We've got some great shows for you all week long. We're not going to miss a beat on this bye week, so stick with us. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Go Blue.